Hi everybody, it's Tatiana and today I am coming to do a book unhaul. First, I want to say that this is not, I never thought that I would be the person to unhaul books. My biggest dream when I was a kid was that I would have a house with every room having recessed bookcases, like in the wall bookcases, including the bathrooms. And then time would tell whether or not I would need to actually put books on the bookcases in the bathrooms. But you know, dreams as a kid, and then you live in reality and you realize the space that you wanted for books you don't really have. So I had to make some choices every now and again of what books that I want to keep versus what books I can stand to be done with. And yeah, I've only done this 3 times in life. So this is the 3rd time that I'm doing this, and I wanted to actually record an unhaul video because the last time I did this, which was last year, I didn't make note of the books that I unhauled, and outside of unhauling Omar Tariq's Fly Girl, I didn't remember pretty much what else I had unhauled. So yeah, I'm just going to record a video and share this all with you. I don't do the KonMari method. I am unhauling books that I either have duplicates of, because I do that from time to time, accidentally buy 2 of a book, or books that I have that are not in the same edition, or books that I have that I don't ever want to read again and will not suggest to anyone to read. Like, I don't want to give them to someone to read. So yeah, that has to fit the bill, and it does not happen often. And with the rate that I purchase books, the amount that I am unhauling and have unhauled the other 2 times is a spit in the bucket. So I'm just going to share those with you now. So the first books I'm going to share are graphic works. One is a manga, and that is Attack on Titan Volume 1. Not that I don't like the manga, but I'm not going to be purchasing anymore in this series. I am borrowing them from the library or just watching the anime, so I don't need to hold on to this. Also, Faith, and this, yeah, Hollywood and Vine. It doesn't have a volume on it. I really thought that I was going to like this, and I didn't, so I'm getting rid of it. Also getting rid of the Tithe Volume 3. I talked about why I didn't like this in my 3rd quarter wrap-up and why I'm not keeping it. Long story short, I didn't like it, and I was pissed that only half of it is the Tithe Volume 3, and the other half is another story that I wasn't even interested in reading because of how the storyline went. And then I have Sweet Tooth Volume 1. I read this entire series. I only purchased Volume 1, and I'm not going to purchase Volumes 2 through 6. So I don't need to hold on to Volume 1, and I don't plan on rereading this at all. Not that I really enjoy it, but I'm not going to reread it, so I'm going to get rid of it. I had another graphic novel, which is Postal Volume 5, that I have talked about a lot as far as how much I didn't like that volume and why, and I can't find it. So either I've already unhauled it and it's in that unhaul that I can't remember what I unhauled, or it ran away, which is fine too, because I didn't want the damn thing no more. So now on to the books. I am unhauling the books that I have in the Chronicles of Narnia series that are separate books, not because I don't like them, but because they are all different editions, and I don't even have my favorite in single form in the series. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of these, and they are, this is book 7, which is The Last Battle, book 4, which is Prince Caspian, book 6, The Silver Chair, and book 3, The Horse and His Boy. I do not have single editions of The Magician's Nephew, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or Voyage of the Dawn Treader. But I do have a bind-up of all 7, So I don't need to keep those, and only 2 of them, if you couldn't tell, are matching editions. I am also unhauling this version of Wild Seed. I have the bind up of Seed to Harvest, and I was going to purchase the Pattern Master series in singles, but I couldn't find the other ones in singles at a price I was willing to pay. So I got the bind up, but also this edition has so many errors in it that are not present in the bind up and not present in another edition that was available at my library. The frustration of the errors in this edition, it's going. I have Poltergeist by Kat Richardson. I read this, and I also have, here we go, Grey Walker. These are books 1 and 2 in a series, and I have book 3. I haven't read it yet, and I enjoyed these 2 books. I just don't need to keep them because I don't need to keep them. I have Aragon by Christopher Paolini. I love this book. This is a travel story. I know a lot of people didn't like this book. I really enjoyed this story. However, I have Eldest on my unread shelf, and it's in hardback edition. So if I like Eldest and decide to keep it, I want to get the hardback edition of Aragon and Brissinger to match Eldest. So I don't need to keep this edition. I have The Visionary by Don Passman. This is a great, really good thriller, and I don't read a lot of thrillers. So for me to have read one and to say it was really good, that's saying something. But I'm not going to reread this, so I'm going to get rid of it. Pendragon by DJ McHale. I got this because it was supposed to be the next Harry Potter, and I just didn't like it. And I haven't picked it up since I discovered I didn't like it, so don't need to keep it. The Red Queen by Philippa Gregory. I have not even read this, but I read The White Queen, and I did not enjoy it. I'm going to try something else by Philippa Gregory. I think The Tudors is like her most famous series, or what she's best known for, but yeah, I'm going to try something else, and I'm not going to keep this if I choose to read the second bar from the library, because Lord knows it's available there. I have The Fine Art of Love by Celeste Norfleet. I think this and a couple other books in here. This book and The Crush by Sandra Brown. These were books that were given to me by someone who was getting rid of some books on their bookcase, and they said, well, I'm going to send this whole stack of books to Tiana to see if she wants any of them. And I did not read The Crush. I read The Fine Art of Love, but I don't need to keep them. I also have Evil Dwells Here. This is a Siren, a novel in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series. This is, did I say it's The Evil That Men Do? Yes, by Nancy Holder. I don't need to keep this, and this is actually one that I did not write my name on. I have like 2 others in this series, and I wrote my name on the outer edges, you know, so people would know that this shit was mine and to give it back to me. So I'm going to get rid of the one that doesn't have my writing on it. Forever by Timothy McCann. Hated this novel. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. Citizens Creek by Lolita Tatamy. I have 2 of these. The Tropic of Serpents, a memoir of Lady Trent. This is the second book in the Memoirs of Lady Trent series. I have 2 of these. The Nethergrim by Matthew Holden. This is the first novel in the Nethergrim series. I have 2 of these. In fact, the other copy is right here. And finally, A Day Late and a Dollar Short by Terry McMillan. I didn't like this. So, and then I do have one DVD that I'm getting rid of right now. I may add my Spider-Man movies to this. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do that. But I have a Legally Blonde 1 and 2 bind up that I was given as a gift, or I either got it in a gift exchange. I don't remember. But I own both copies of these, so I don't need another one. So I'm going to take it to, what? Second and Charles. Now, possibles on this unhaul list. The Interruption of Everything by Terry McMillan. I have not yet read this. That's the only reason why this is not in the stack. And I do want to read this because legit, the only book that I have read by McMillan that I did not like is A Day Late and a Dollar Short. So I want to give this a chance before I get rid of it. When will this unhaul happen? Sometime either before or right after the start of 2019. But I wanted to go ahead and record this video so that I have record of what I'm getting rid of in case I wonder the next time. So yeah, I'm going to go. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.